Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do something a little bit fun. Today we're going to be doing amazing products, shit packaging. This is inspired by another lovely YouTuber called Ella, so I'm going to leave her channel in the description box. I saw her do this video the other day and I was like, that's brilliant, I'm going to do that. So I've got a selection of bits for you today that I love the products inside, but I cannot stand the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. First off, a foundation. This is the Givenchy Prisma Libre foundation. This stuff is like 50 quid a bottle, so it's not cheap. But what drives me insane about this one is, I don't know whether you can see that there, but all the writing is smudging off. This lid is just not secure. It just falls off in my bag. Foundation goes everywhere. It's just not ideal. This is a beautiful foundation, but I really don't like the packaging. And the fact that it's so expensive makes it even worse. I think a lot of these today are like, the fact it's so expensive makes it worse. Next up, let's do concealers. Now this one isn't particularly a specific concealer, so I've got the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Super Concealer, Clarins Instant Concealer, and the Fenty Bright Fix Eye Brightener. I hate things in tubes. Things in tubes stress me out. These two have got like little droppers on them almost. So you either get nowhere near enough product or way too much. The amount of this, especially the Clarins concealer, I've wasted, I don't even want to think about, because I love this stuff and this is like my 4th tube. But I'm like, how much of that have I squirted out and had to use because there was too much. And then the Fenty one, it's got a little like rollerball on it. I just don't like it. It's just hard work to get anything out, and then when you do get it out, it all spurts out the top, which it's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm looking for, it really isn't. And this like plastic ball thingy, I feel like I spend my life wiping it, but then I feel like it must leak because it always ends up back in the lid again. So yeah, don't love that one. And then, if I didn't put this in, I'd be crazy. MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Why does it have a pump? Why does it have a pump? It just doesn't work. Again, you just get way too much out. I mean, look at the pump. It's just grimy as hell. I don't know whether it leaks or I don't know, but it's gross and I hate it. But I'll still buy it because I love this concealer. I mean, you can tell by how empty this tube is. I'm so close to being finished with this one. So yeah, do not love that. Let's do blushes again. Some more tubes here. So these are the P. Louise ones, the cheek of it. These are stunning liquid blushes. Now this one, I took the sponge off, and now it just pisses out everywhere. So that's not ideal. So I now leave the sponge on, but I hate, this is a new one, by the way, from this month's budget box. I hate sponges. I hate putting them on my face. It just doesn't feel hygienic to me. So now what I do is I get the product, I'll take the sponge off, I'll squeeze some product out, and then I put the sponge back, like where it should be, because it's got 2 little like slots to put it back in. But it's just, this isn't ideal. It's a bit awkward. Sometimes you end up with blush on your hands. It's just not a vibe. I can't get this one back on now, typically. There we go. Yeah, it's just not a vibe. I just wish these came in some sort of different packaging. Or to be fair with these, I could probably even deal with like a squeezy tip applicator. But yeah, no from me. But yes, because they're beautiful. Same with the Charlotte Tilbury ones. This is Pink Asm Sunset. But I find these, if you leave them unlocked, this is going to go everywhere. You're going to waste all your product. I mean, I've used this one like 4 times and there's only like, you know, there's not the most product in these in the world. They are a beautiful formula. I absolutely love all the shades I've got, but they just leak, and the sponge thing again feels very unhygienic, and just, I feel like we could do this better. And now all the brands are making these because Charlotte Tilbury made these, and I'm like, stop it! It's not a good packaging. Right, let's move on to this one. This is one of the Clinique Chubby Sticks. I love these. They're very, very underrated, but these are the wobbliest product in the world. Like, I'm going to put this right next to the mic. I hope you can hear that product, like, moving around. This one is actually fully fallen out. They don't feel very secure. And I don't trust these lids to not fall off in my bag. Because obviously, I know if this lid comes off, this is going to fall out, and then the product's completely ruined. I love the concept. I love the product. I just feel like they could do it better. Like, nude sticks do this, but better in terms of packaging for me. Although I don't love the brushes on the end of the nude sticks. They're kind of annoying. But yeah, in a ideal world, I would have this securely like the nude sticks ones without the brushes, if that makes sense. Let's talk... Oh, I've got blush on my jumper. I'll deal with that disaster in a second. Let's talk about highlighters. First one, Ofra. This packaging is just too damn big. What was wrong with the little circles they used to have? Like, the little circles were a bit chunky, but like they kept the product nice and secure. These are just too big. I think I've got 3 Ofra highlighters. And unless they bring out something that really wows me, I'm not buying any more because they just take up so much room. It's ridiculous. That's just reminded me. Bear with. I didn't actually pull these out initially, but that Ofra product has just reminded me of these. These are made by Mitchell Blush Pressed. These are incredible, massive pans, but I don't... What am I meant to do with that? It's just annoying. Here's another one. Very, very frustrating. They have to have their own place, like, out of my drawers because they don't fit in my drawers. It's just really annoying. And then the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide Face Architect Highlighters. Same problem with these as I have with the Clinique. Just listen to this one. That is the pan moving about inside of this. Like, it looks so luxe, but in fact this pan is everywhere. It like moves about. When you try and use it, it spins round like a DJ deck. When I'm paying as much as I pay for these highlighters, which are beautiful, I don't expect to have to chase the pan round the packaging because it's moving. It's very frustrating. I am actually really tempted to depot these. I don't know whether the whole point of them is because they're meant to be removable. That's not going to sit in there. So you can replace them, which is great, but I want it to be removable and secure, because if it's not secure, what's the point? Next up, this sort of bugbear is sort of not... I can't really say this anymore because they have changed the packaging, but it's the Benefit Box Powders. I don't know whether Hoola still comes in the big box powders, but I know the blushes are now smaller. But with the ones I have in my collection already, this packaging is infuriating. These pans are miles away from the top of the box. When you hit pan and you need to get round the edges of the box, it's really difficult. Like my actual, this is Hoola Glow, but my matte Hoola has got barely any product left in it, and I just don't know whether I'm going to be able to use it because it's too much hard work, to be honest, to get the brush into the nooks and crannies of these. I just think they could do better. As cool as this was 15 years ago, we've come a long way since then, and I think they could do better now. I wanted to mention... I'll just throw it on the floor. I wanted to mention these. These are the Makeup by Tammy Water Activated Liner Palettes. Love these water activated liners. They're really beautiful. The issue with these is, I don't know whether you can see from the back, but they've just got like one tiny dot of glue. Now, bearing in mind these are water activated liners, so they have to touch water. They don't work without water. The problem is the water loosens the glue and now all the pans fall out, which is really, really annoying. Especially when, as I said, this is a product that is designed to get wet. It's just a pain. I feel like something needs to be done about it. Even just like using like a water resistant glue or something a bit stronger. But obviously when you're putting water on the pans, it's getting under them. And I don't have this problem with any of my other water activated liner palettes, which makes me think they just use a different glue. So it maybe just needs a little bit of work, but it's just frustrating when, especially when I'm not paying attention and you just open it and one of the pans has like worked its way out in your makeup bag and you open it and it goes like flying off. Luckily they're like dry products, but you know, if they're like still like a little bit damp or, you know, from using them prior to, yeah, they're just a bit annoying because it's such a great product. And I really love Makeup by Tammy and I really love supporting her brand. They're just annoying. Oh, I didn't pick this one out because it's on my side because it leaks everywhere. This is the NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush. This stuff leaks everywhere. It's got a pump, but somehow it still leaks. If you lie this down, it's going to leak. If you put it in your makeup bag, it's going to leak. So this barely gets used because half the time I'm at Sam's, so I'm not at my vanity, so it doesn't get used because it just has to sit on my vanity, because if I put it away, it just leaks everywhere, which is so frustrating because it's a beautiful product and I would love to use it more, but I can't because it leaks everywhere. To be fair, even if you do your makeup in one place every day, it's still annoying because you can't put it away. Because like if I put it in my drawers, it might get knocked over and then it might leak everywhere, and I'm just not about that life. Right, okay, I think that's all the blushes I'm randomly going to remember that I want to talk about. Let's talk about some eyeshadow palettes. Number one, P. Louise. This is the Timeless Treasures one. This is the one actually without the drawer. The drawers are even more annoying because the drawers aren't secure, so they fall out if you hold the palette up like this. They've got these really cool like tippy things in the front, like, but these make me anxious because every time I pick it up it sounds like an eyeshadow is broken. And they're just too big. There's just no necessity for them to be this big. When we move out, I'm probably going to have to put a shelf up to put these on because just like right now they have to go under my vanity and I hate them being on the floor, but there's nowhere else I can put them because they're just too big. Like, I get she wants to do like bougie and out there packaging, but a lot of her packaging to me is just too bulky. And then I wanted to mention this, the Natasha Denona Sunset Palette. And what drives me insane about this is this piece of plastic here. Now, I know that I could cut this off. I am aware of this. But it's there for a reason, okay? I understand that. But when you're trying to either look in the mirror to do your makeup or you sort of got it sat like this, you're fighting with this constantly to get to your shadows. And I just think it makes like a luxury experience not so luxury. You know, these are silly money, let's face it. And I would love to cut this out, yes, but there's nowhere else that the names are. The names are on the back, I might do it. Or under the pans, but it really frustrates me that the names are on this bit, so I feel like I have to keep it so I can tell you guys what shade I'm using if I ever use it in a video. And also it is there for protection, so you know, that would be nice, but I just wish it sort of was a bit more of like a thicker plastic so it could like click down, if that makes sense, or perhaps like be on this side of the palette because it's attached to the mirror side. So if it was attached to here, I feel like it would just sit out of the way a bit better. I don't know, it's probably small things to some people, but for me, when you're paying this much for a palette, I don't really want a piece of plastic just flapping about. You know what I mean? Right, last but not least, lipsticks. Now, one of the lipsticks I want to mention I haven't got here, they must both be at Sam's, but they're the NARS Afterglow lipsticks, so the long ones, particularly the matte ones. I haven't tried the cream ones yet, so I don't know whether they do the same, but basically with the matte ones, the lids come off, and that is so frustrating, like when you throw it in your bag, and you get to it, and the lids come off, and it's got like bag lint. So I think one of them I've probably cut a good like quarter of the lipstick off, just because it's full, the lid's fallen off, and it's got shit on it basically. So yeah, don't really vibe with those. Love the formula, love the lipstick. I love the look of the packaging. I just wish that the lids would stay on. And then last but not least, I want to mention these. These are the Huda Bullet lipsticks. So this is one of the cream ones. This is one of the matte ones. Doesn't matter what formula are, they all do it. I don't know what this components problem is, but every single one of these I've received has come broken. So this one, I just keep pushing it in, but the end's got really squished in the end of the top. The cream ones do it as well, so it's not even like it's just the formula. I just don't get it. They're just really, really unstable in the packaging, and I don't really understand why, because like I said, they are two very, very different formulas. So I don't love those because, again, like with the Clinique Chubby Stick, you risk the risk of it like flying out every time you open it. So I don't tend to wear these as much as I used to, because I don't really want to wear them out, because then I'll have to take it with me, and there's always the risk that something will happen. These lids aren't too bad, but they're not the best lids in the world. So combine that with the fact that they're broken, I'm just like, yeah, it's too much of a risk, just in case the lid comes out. It's not even just the top of a lipstick like with the NARS ones, it would be the whole thing, because the whole thing would just fall out. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video today. It was a bit of kind of a rambly fun one. I might have had some Monster, so that's probably why. I'm just hyped up on the sugar right now. But I do hope you did enjoy this. Let me know in the comments what products that you really love but you find an absolute nightmare to deal with. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post. You've been fabulous. I'm caffeinated, sugar rushed and Coleoftheball, and I'll see you next time. Bye!